Hello, everybody, and welcome to Legends of Arcadia Genesis. How are you guys doing today?
So fired up about this whole houses on a grid bullshit.
Yes, they are. Sometimes, oftentimes on a grid.
And who designed the city.
They have nerds designing cities. Making us
I feel like if nerds designed cities, they wouldn't actually be on grids. They'd be on like strange parabolas or like weird graphs, right?
This neighborhood looks like the Star Trek Enterprise.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that would possibly be it. No, boring people design cities on grids. Let's be real. People who don't have any creativity, like me.
It's all designed by accountants. The lines go this way, and the other lines go this way. All right.
Yeah.
I like the grid cities in the Americas. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's easy to, sometimes it's easy to find yourself around, find your way around.
I like it. Like in San Francisco, I can't remember, there's like a few streets that are just all bars and restaurants. So no matter kind of where you are in the city, if you see one of those streets, you know that you can find a bar on there or something. You just sort of walk down that street for a bit. So even if you're lost, you can still kind of find what you're looking for. But in like European cities, if you're lost, you're just lost.
But in European cities, isn't there a bar on every corner?
Yeah, I suppose so, actually. That's true.
Seattle is like the street naming conventions tell you where you are. I think Portland is similar too, where there's like northeast, northwest, southeast, southwest, and then like whether the cardinal direction is before or after the name of the street tells you whether the street generally runs north south or east west.
Yes.
So like if you're new, yeah, go ahead.
The problem with Portland is all of that is true, except every other street breaks convention. And then they don't actually run straight up and down because the whole city kind of follows the river, right? So it's vaguely north or vaguely west or vaguely this, but then it's all curved and messed up anyway.
So like if you're new to town or visiting, you can get hopelessly lost, like thinking that you're in the wrong part of town, or like if you typo it switch northeast to the wrong side of the street in Google Maps, you're like halfway across town. But if you are local and you know what you're doing, you can like figure out where you are, where you need to go just based on the street name.
Pretty legit. Yeah, very nice. What about the rest of you? Anyone else have anything they've been up to that they want to share with class?
Well, I've seen a bunch of friends, which is good because the lockdown rules have changed. So the last 2 weekends, I've seen friends for the first time.
I thought you were talking about the show for a second.
No. And then tomorrow, the hairdressers open up, so I'm getting my hair cut tomorrow. I'm very excited about that.
Ooh,
very exciting.
I attempted to cut my hair today, but my shears broke.
Your mane is just that thick.
Well, actually, it broke on my beard. I had to switch it up.
Manly.
What are you going to do with your hair, Nick?
Just the same thing, just cut it shorter.
Okay. You're not going to be like, come out of quarantine with a new fancy hairstyle.
Well, I do have really long hair now, so I guess that does open up some hairstyle possibilities that didn't exist before. But to be honest, I just kind of want to.
Have you considered the tri-hawk, where you get one down the middle and then one on each side?
Yeah, I've not considered that. Have you considered that?
No. My wife is the one with the crazy hairstyle. My hair isn't long enough to get anywhere.
Yeah.
Neal doesn't have enough hair to do anything fun.
No, not anymore.
He's regretting not being cooler in his youth.
No regrets for that one either. But I'll just be cool adjacent, I'll hang out with people with cool hairstyles.
Yeah. No, nothing fancy, I don't think.
Does anyone want to tell us where we were last time we played?
Faye has a recap now.
We're ogres.
No, I do not have a recap. I just let you guys know where we ended. That's entirely different.
Don't you have a notebook? Isn't the notebook just an unspoken recap?
No.
Okay. Anybody, where did we leave off?
Fine. Give me a sec. Let me open up the actual recap just to remind myself exactly what happened.
The actual recap?
I'm not going to read it. I'm not going to read it.
Just rewatch the last
the
episode.
wiki?
Yeah, I mean the wiki, but I'm not going to read that. I just want to, because it's just the... All right, yeah, so it starts off Kale, Abaddon, and Iswell were off hunting elves. Well, elf eyes to be more specific, in the forests. Whilst Nyx and Raekwon are back in Hearthhome, I believe, just hanging around. I believe Martha shows up at one point, and Kale talks to her about swapping the eyes over. Is that right?
No.
Okay, I'm wholly unprepared for this recap. basically, right? Kale's boot gets broken, and he uses Tensor's floating disc so he can walk around without being barefoot.
Basically, is that an important
That's the
plot
important
point?
part. Yes,
Yeah.
everything that happened last session.
And then we get a map from somewhere with a treasure marker on it.
Woo.
It was a mistake to look at the recap because it's kind of throwing me off now.
You thought the wiki was canon.
One day while Raekwon is performing for a tavern Acropolis, Kale, Abaddon, and Iswell return to it to sit with Nyx. Kale's got the elf eyes in a jar. Explains how he obtained them to Nyx. Nyx says the ogres will return soon. The party has to act now before Verassi's return. And she shows the party the map that Martha gave her. So Martha gave Nyx a map with some treasure marks on it, right? And then we were like, okay, we should go and get that. We worked out where it was because it was like a 3 tiles surrounded by river, 1 forest, 1 desert, 1 plains by the looks of it, or something like that. We decided that's near a town called Portheus by showing it some gnomes. And then we got directions to Portheus. We argued about the route to take, but agreed that we would go via Acropolis through the ogre forest to kill some ogres along the way, because that's what Malchus would want. And we probably have time anyway to do that before Verassi gets back and before the ogres can, reorganize themselves to
What ogres?
fight. As we're walking, we come across some dinosaurs, which I think you speak with animals to sort of get them on board, and we say that, oh yeah, if we kill some ogres, you can eat them, basically. So they don't attack us, they kind of follow us around. We find some ettins that the ogres had sacrificed, and then eventually we find a camp of ogres that we start to fight. Abaddon gets down in the first attack, but then the rest of the party goes Super Saiyan and destroys them. And finally, from the chief ogre, Isuel pulls its spear, which is the Spear of Ultimate Destruction, or the Spear of Verassi. And I think that's where the episode ended. Sorry, I did a bad job. This is the worst recap I've ever done, all right? I would like that to be acknowledged. It was still okay.
You know, Nick, no one else could even pull their shit together to try to recap. So even if it's not your best work, it's still infinitely better than anyone else's.
I
It's
forgot
true.
Arcadia.
The only thing I remember
Arcadia.
from last time was leaving to go
Right?
hug
You
the
forgot the
toilet for a
only
while.
thing that mattered.
Yeah, I did. I forgot the best bit. Shit. Katie is gone now. Though there was a legend of a man that was
Just don't even recap it. You need to watch it.
No, I don't want to hear about it.
It's the glory of Arcadia.
Yeah, I think we're best off leaving that one in the past where it belongs.
Yeah.
So minus 1d500 experience for
No. Fuck it. No.
With
Right,
his
what
luck,
I'll
he'd
do
still
is
roll like a
I'll
negative
roll
5.
I'll roll a D1000, and if it's above 5, like I'll like if it's between 0 and 500, I'll do a negative of that number, and if it's above 500, I'll take a positive of so if it's 600, I'll take plus 100. If it's 400, I'll take minus 100.
Yeah, I'll
What do
play
you do
by
with
those rules.
1,000 minus 500 just to make it easier?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, thanks, Sean. All right, big money, you ready? This
Let's
is
do
it.
it.
I'm getting a 982 here.
almost hit the negative 69.
Almost the sex number.
Why
One of them
are you
is
doing
68.
You don't need to
I don't
lose
know.
experience.
No, I'm doing it. I'll commit to it. 100 and... Okay, there we go. You win some, you lose some. What can you say?
Yeah, you win some, lose some.
Or if you're Nick's characters, you just lose.
Yeah, you just lose.
And yet he somehow keeps winning, so
Yeah,
it's fine.
I feel like you got a bad rap on Tombs of Scoria. Like
Thanks, Ryan.
your buffs killed the dragon.
True. Yeah, that is true.
Destiny's up his own ass if he thinks that he had anything to do
Nice
with
one,
it.
Ryan. I appreciate that, mate. Thanks.
And that just describes him in general. So.
All right. So the party reconvenes after slaying some ogres. The Allosauri eat their fill of ogres around you, munching happily, as the party reconvenes with this spear that they've got. that they pulled off of the lead ogre. This
wrenched it from her dying hands.
Yes, this magnificent spear.
I don't think she died, actually. I think you just like pulled it from her hands while she floated
crit
away.
her for 27 damage, but I think she's still alive.
Yeah.
I think she blew away. Yeah.
Blew away.
With the
I was
wind.
tempted to chase her down and kill her, but it seemed like there was already enough like pathetic like chasing after people who are blowing away and like trying to catch them. We'll let this one go. We'll need an arch nemesis
Neal,
for season 2.
Okay.
I believe Faye was mentioning that we didn't do XP last time after our adventure and our encounter with the ogres. We might want to get that done before we forget even more about what happened last time.
Okay, that seems like a reasonable thing. Thank God I didn't do anything after I deleted all the ogres. I think there were 2, 4, 6, 8. There were like 11 ogres.
I think 12, right?
It was 11 ogres and 1 giga ogre, though.
I think
With an
12
artifact.
total. You rolled 2d10 for it, Neal.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think it was...
Okay. All right, we can do ogre XP right now.
It's going to be pretty big for the fighters amongst us.
Yeah.
A lot of XP from that.
Find a
And I
way
cast
to
a decent
drain
number of
XP.
spells that I cataloged too.
Yeah, I don't think I cast many, unfortunately. I did cast some buffs before the fight, but I'm not sure you get XP for buffs that you get downed before you make a single attack.
I have to say, after doing a couple campaigns where you get XP for spell levels, it's tedious and I don't like it anymore.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. And it opens up options for exploitation as well.
Yeah.
I mean, you need it in there if you're going to do the XP, like the individual XP rewards, because it's how you do it for a wizard or a cleric.
It requires that I take notes, which I really don't want to do. I thought we were playing a game, not in school.
Fucking nerds.
Speaking of, I actually had to get a new journal because I was using the back half of my college notebook to take campaign notes for my game. I saw some of my notes on radial vector fields and immediately had some bad memories.
Just get a really nice notebook so it's fun to write into it.
I did.
So for ogres, for allosauruses, for role-playing, for all the small encounters we've done through the last session, I couldn't remember them all, so I just added a big fat number at the end, which should cover
I think
everything.
There were brigands and there was Arcadia and there was like some god army.
The little kids in the tree.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Arcadia was
yeah.
worth like, what, 50, 60,000 XP?
Do you really want XP for like bumming out a bunch of kids who were just having a nice time with their mushrooms in the tree?
Listen, they really needed a life lesson here, okay?
Did they really need to get
Yeah,
played?
I think they were having a really good life lesson until
You
we
spooked
came
them while
along.
they were high on mushrooms. Like they have a like terror deep in their soul for
That
life.
girl was
you are like,
lying when confronted by an adult, okay? That is not sensible behavior when you're doing dangerous stuff, okay? If she fessed up, she would have been just fine.
I'm with Nix on this one.
Everyone can take home 3,454 experience points.
3,456?
I've already forgotten to erase the number.
54.
Yeah, divided by
54? Okay.
And then there were 50 hit dice of creatures for fighters.
Ooh la la. Let's see, what fighter level am I? 4?
It's like 2,000 XP.
So 50 times 4. Am I the only fighter?
Yeah,
I
think so.
technically get a speed
Oh,
from
like a partial. Yeah.
I get less than
Plus-
fighters, but
Hmm.
bards get it. I'm not paying attention to the hit dice because I don't care.
Wait, Neil.
I'm actually getting pretty close.
Wonderful.
Do you remember we
This'll
argued
level me
about
up.
which way to go to the city, right? And I lied and said that Malchus told us that we should go through the forest because I wanted to kill all the ogres, right? That's got to be worth some furthering your ethos XP, no?
Yeah.
Like it?
Yeah, totally.
What about 68?
Sure, that sounds like a reasonable amount of experience to get for furthering your ethos.
How do you come up with these numbers, Nick? Tell us about that.
I think he
Oh my
deserves
God.
69 experience.
True. Yeah, I'm taking 69.
Oh my God.
All right.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Ah.
8 out of 10 seriousness.
Did I cast? I feel like
What if I
cast
give
at least a
him
spell. I don't know if I care.
839 of my experience, so I don't have to worry about leveling up.
Yeah, you can give him 839 of your XP, so
There
you
you
don't
go,
have to
Nick.
level.
You get 839 experience.
Whoa. Nice. It's the
See,
nicest thing
being a
anyone's ever
good
done for me.
person pays off. It's karma.
How much was it? 839.
39.
No, God damn. I got given a 15, and I've been given 839 experience by you guys now.
Oh.
Thanks.
So Google just glitched out on me. I was trying to type in a website, but I accidentally pressed down to one of my previous searches, which
The
was
goat
horses
spot?
can't. The what?
Never mind.
What?
Which was horses
And
can't puke. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh man, I had to look up herding pigs for a game recently, and I found a website called Pork Gateway, and that was one of the best things that I've ever come across.
Summary, or is it not safe for?
It was about herding pigs. It was exactly
It's exactly what you needed.
All right. So our party is here.
Oh, wait, Neal, wait.
Probably.
Should we not get XP for defeating the Allosauruses?
I included that in there as well.
Okay. But hit die for the fighter?
You have to defeat in combat.
Yeah,
Okay.
no one defeated them in combat.
Seducing a dinosaur might get you like Allosaurus XP, but it's not going to get you.
Yeah.
hit
Makes
dice.
sense. Makes sense. Also, I've been healed from being down, so am I out for 1d4 hours, or have we passed that now?
There's no 1d4 hours, is there? You're out for 24 hours until you can get more healing.
Is
So
it?
you can limp along next to us or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think 1d4 hours is if you get
That
like
might be
bludgeoned
5e.
into unconsciousness or something.
What was your?
That's 5e. That's 5e.
Yeah, what was the source of your unconsciousness, Nick?
Oh, a giant ogre
Damage.
hit me across the face.
Oh, okay. So you were bludgeoned into unconsciousness.
I was. Yeah.
He was crit into unconsciousness, I think, with a weapon, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're out for a while. Just chill.
Yeah, I mean he
No,
got
he's at 1 HP.
stabilized.
I healed him to 1 HP.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, he can limp
Yes.
along.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, he's conscious. He's just like incapacitated for the day.
Got it. Well, you guys
Um,
gather back together, and Izul has this glorious spear that just
Yeah,
kind of
so,
like vibrates with energy as you hold it.
So the party's licking their wounds. The Allosauruses are licking the ogres.
Mhm.
Izul comes back, Oni mask down and spear in hand. Can we get a description of the spear? I believe it was there a giant femur involved? Did you forget?
I
Did you
forgot
never
what I
even think of
said.
it? All right.
I spent all my time working on the mechanical properties and completely forgot its aesthetic properties. So, Izul, why don't you tell us what the Spear of Verasi looks like? The greatest weapon to ever grace the land.
Oh my. The handle is bone wrapped in some obscure leather. I think we described it as a single bone, like it's like the femur of some giant creature. Maybe like polished thin in spots for a handle.
Yeah, I think I mentioned a mithril spearhead. And then
Okay, so then
that's
there's
all I remember.
a shard of mithril in the shape of a V at one end, long and slender and sharpened to a fine edge. You said it's glowing with energy, right?
Vibrating with energy.
Vibrating with energy. I think there's like red tendrils of like blood wafting around it, little like bead droplets of blood like wafting in the air. I think once the kill is less fresh and it hungers again, the particle effects may tone down, but it's still vibrating with the heat of battle. Is this a weapon of legend? Should I roll like a religion check to know what the Spear of Verasi might do?
Yes, absolutely. I think you have memories begin to flood back to you if you can pass this religion check.
Let's see. Oh, no. Nope.
That's very, very inconvenient for me, Ryan. I was hoping to espouse some lore right now, and your mechanics have interrupted my ability to tell you what the
Well,
spear does.
does he get a +1 because he's holding it at the time of making the check?
I don't think so.
Yes, absolutely. Because then now you're more in tune with it. You're not just like trying to recall it.
Okay, well,
you
if
can
this was
see
5e,
it in
you'd
your
know everything
hands,
about
you
it.
know?
So I don't think it was me, right? I wielded a flaming sword.
But you're holding it now.
Perhaps I have like a flashback and like I'm on the field of battle slaying demons and I look over and see some other champion of Verasi with this weapon.
You remember Verasi herself trying to help you put these creatures down, or more likely you're helping her put these former demons down. And you recall that this weapon here is the one that she wields. This is Verasi's spear. It is +5 to hit, +5 to damage, save versus death, or die, pierces magic resistance.
What the fuck?
What?
This is literally the spear of the goddess of death, which is amazing. But also it's her spear. She's probably going to want it back. Holding this, you know, you could probably find a way to keep on to hold of it for a while. But the gods don't really dig it when their weapons fall into the hands of people who they didn't assign them to. And if it doesn't find its way back to her, she will take action to find it back to her. But, you know, that might take a while. So she is on her way to the world right now, or about to come into the world in the next week or so. So you can hold on to it for a little while, but expect her to show up looking for it.
This is ominous. How big is it? Was it ogre sized, or does it like
was
resize
ogre
to
sized,
fit
but
me?
now that you're holding it, it is your sized.
Okay. And
How
once
breaking.
again, I'm losing my spear thanks to like the spear I started with. I don't even like Malchus turned into that bullshit magic spear. The spear that I replaced it with gets stuck in an ogre and gets replaced with this magic spear. So Verasi is going to come back, and once again, I'll be disarmed.
Hey, do you have spear proficiency or sword?
I'm regretting not putting expertise in spear. I'm expert with my flame blade, but
Right.
it's fine.
So while wounded, I'll just walk as a wolf and I'll stay close to Iswell, fearing his or sensing his connection to battle and death. And as I'm wounded, instinctively ask him to protect me by walking close to him.
Yeah.
Okay.
I shield the wolf.
True cleric of Malchus, hiding behind someone stronger.
Okay, sick bird. Let's go.
Nice one.
Hey,
Good one.
I'm only stronger because all of you have faith in me. I've got all your buffs. I love the enlarge on a bard. Like the bard just like hypes up the warriors and they grow larger.
So for now Sorry, go ahead.
Go
ahead, Red.
I would say in the moment I like that I wasn't actually enlarged, but like the stories that Raekwon tells after the battle, the world gets bigger and bigger and bigger to the point where it like retroactively became true.
Post hoc and large. I love it.
Yeah.
So, Ryan, are you carrying the spear as you're walking?
I guess it's in my hand, right? I could like tuck it on my back. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. At some point, Nix will walk up to Iswell and will gently tug on their sleeve.
I look down to Nyx, still wearing this bronze ogre mask, or caricature of an ogre, like fearsome horns and grimace.
So, is it smart to keep carrying this one around with us?
This is Verasi's spear. I know that she will be coming back for it. It's only a matter of time.
So we're carrying around a giant beacon, is what you're saying?
I can't say that it's safe to carry death in one's hands. But I feel like she would be more irritated if we left it discarded in the woods somewhere for someone else to find. So
Well, I'll just hope she won't attack us for it. But all I could say is I don't know how the others are doing, but I'm pretty depleted on my witch powers for today, and the wolf is looking bad. So, you know, if she comes for it today, then I expect you to take care of it, yeah?
I look up. I guess it's like morning, so I can't see the constellations. But I remember the constellations.
Yes, you remember that.
And I'm
tomorrow is the day Martha begins to leave the world, and 1 week from tomorrow is the day that Verossi begins to enter the world. Which
means there's a week before she's actually here, right?
Yeah, so it's 2 weeks before Verossi arrives.
Yeah, so I say the goddess will arrive in a fortnight.
Okay, maybe we can find a better place to leave the spear for her.
Perhaps in her chest.
It's quite a dream you've got there, slaying a god.
Izuel shudders, maybe remembering themselves, looks down at the spear, takes the mask of death off, and looks a little shocked by their words. Flexes the hand to let grip of the spear, and then I think straps the spear to the back instead of holding it.
Okay.
And as we walk, I think the blood-like particle effects cascade down as if dripping off of wings, and I think eventually maybe fade as we continue on. It's morning, so we should probably just walk through the day, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Can Abaddon travel?
It's vague, right?
I think I
With
could limp along as a wolf, right?
With the aid of other people, leaning on their shoulders, you guys can make half progress today. Or you could chill.
Oh, okay. Well, we can do either. I felt like maybe as a wolf it might be easier to walk while wounded, 4 legs.
Just ignore that.
I've had a thought that listening to Nyx's conversation with Izuel here. I would know this, Neal, but remind me, Malchus is currently not around?
Correct.
Do I know when he's coming
timeline,
back?
right?
He's coming back soon.
Shortly after Verossi?
3 months after
December, I
Verossi.
thought.
Oh, okay.
3 months after.
Yeah.
I start to wonder
December.
if maybe we could hide this spear from her for 3 months until Marcus came back and then give it to him. He might be able to keep it away from her. I'm thinking about it. I don't say it out loud because I'm in wolf form, but it seems like
Wolves have movement rate 18, so I think you can limp along at movement 9 or something like that, which is still pretty good progress.
Yeah. If anyone's encumbered, I'll probably be able to keep up.
I think I am
Sure.
encumbered. I think 9 is my movement rate with this scale nail.
Excellent. The party will then continue to limp along, going, if you can normally do 3 tiles, and you're moving at 2/3 speed, then you can do 2 tiles. So
Do you have the movement rates here? So 9 times 2 is 18. You're right, 2 tiles.
right. Okay, well, you guys go head back towards the mountain range, I take it, and then follow it towards the rivers? Or were you going to head in a new direction?
Well, we don't really know, but if that's the way we were doing it, was that what we were going to do? We were going to just go southwest and then
We need to get
west?
around the mountains, yeah.
Okay, yeah, so let's follow around the mountains then.
Great.
So maybe
you guys-
to that tile that Nyx is in, and then find a way to cross the river.
All right, everyone's second favorite game after bridges and dungeons is how do you cross rivers without bridges? But it should probably be fine. Yes. You come to this river and you see it's fairly wide. It's maybe 30 or 35 feet at its most narrow point. And in it are dozens and dozens of eyes. You can see a sea of crocodiles and there's one huge one, like massive crocodilian, whose head comes out of the water slightly. Little bits of a mist blow off of its nostril. It opens its mouth, and it speaks to you. Who are you who enters my river? You are not the ogres.
Well, I'm Raekwon, and this is the new god of death. And this here is our werewolf companion. It's terribly frightening, has killed many a foe. This is the great witch of the wilds and a professor.
Give me a charisma check. Bard.
So, is this a crocodile or a crocodile?
Crocodilian.
Crocodilian humanoid.
Well, right now you can just see its head coming above the water, right? So if it's got a humanoid shape or a crocodile shape to it, hard to tell at this point. 22 is pretty good. The crocodile believes the words that you have said. I mean, after
That's
all,
good,
that one...
they're all true.
They're all true. It looks like a wolf. It looks like a witch. Looks like it's carrying the
I don't know
spear
about
of
the
war.
professor, dude, though. That's kind of sketchy, but the rest seems
Yeah, I don't know if I believe there's a professor all the way up here.
So, is this your river?
It is.
How very interesting. You know, I once knew a spirit that lived in a river. It ate the souls of the dead. That wouldn't be your job, would it?
No, I eat the flesh of the
sounds
living.
Oh, well, that's quite boring. You know what else eats the flesh of the living? Maggots, and they're pretty worthless things. Maybe you should try spicing up your life, you know? There's many of gods around here. You might be able to talk with them, get a little inside knowledge. You know, I hear the god of death likes these parts. Perhaps you could get in with her. Actually, she's about to die. He has her spear. Maybe he here, the new god of death, could grant you a new role in your river. Consume the flesh of the sinners, huh?
The crocodile.
Kind of casually reaching into my coat pocket, getting my color spray ready.
The crocodile turns its head towards the one carrying the clearly powerful and magical spear, and says, "By the grace of the gods are we given life. What is your command, god of death?"
Ace.
He's talking to you as well.
I look around and I'm used to issuing commands, or maybe it's been a while. We are ogre slayers, not the ogres. We come here meaning you no harm. Let us pass your river, and your life may be spared this day.
The crocodile lets out sort of like a sort of noise, and all the crocodiles around like sort of float to the top, creating various like temporary boardwalks that you can use to cross the river if you trust them enough to walk across their backs.
I walk
Thank you,
across
Grace.
I walk
I
across
should
the
be-
crocodile's back.
Yeah, and I'll stay close behind as well.
Okay.
I pat it on the nose. Like, I should name you Sorbeck. You'll be known as the Eater of Souls. And then I prance across the back.
Sorbag, eater of souls.
Write that one down, Neal. It's gold.
It's just the Egyptian god of the Nile.
Yeah.
It's not particularly impressive.
Yeah. When they let us safely to the other side, Iswell will turn around and be like, "For your service, you will be rewarded. These rivers will run red with blood, and you shall feast on the souls of the dead." There's also a bunch of ogres back there, if you can work it out with the Allosaurus is
Oh no.
The crocodiles mostly submerge back into the water and allow you all to pass. You can follow to here. And that is where you will end this day of travel. The next day, you set out, and how unfortunate it is.
Wait.
To a
Before
great
we get
bay.
going, can I get a healing spell today?
This is the first day. I think you have to sleep, and I can heal you in the morning.
Yeah, this is the next day, though, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so the next morning, I can actually drop some healing and then rememorize some healing, right? So I can give you one for free, and then I can rememorize a bunch. How
Sounds
down
good, right?
are you? So here's like the
14,
one that
14 points.
All right, so here's one that I had in my memory. And then I will deposit this, like stick the spear of death in the ground and walk at least a little bit away from it so that I'm not like reverberating with its energies as I pray. And I pray to Martha for forgiveness, that her let her tears wash the blood from my hands, and may through me she can heal her children.
Well,
Even if we don't deserve it, we are wounded and in need.
Your prayers turn your eyes skyward, and there she hangs in the sky, a great comet leaving this planet. Your prayers are heard with pity and, what do you call that sort of like, I want to take care of the small creatures that I watch over emotion? Love? Maybe?
Yes, that's it.
Sympathy?
That's it. I don't know. It's an emotion.
Right. I think Izuel's prayers to Martha, it's like I don't know. It's like an abuser. It's like, I promise I won't do it again. It'll never happen again, Martha. I won't murder anyone.
Prayers like are finished. Your religious like meditation is interrupted by Raekwon beginning to compose a new song about Iswal, the new god of death.
Shh, Martha's still listening. I'm done. All right, and I got 3 Cure Light wounds, so let's spread those around. I think, wait, is anyone else wounded, or is it just poor punching bag Abaddon?
It's just Abby.
Didn't take
nice.
any damage in the fight, so I am Gucci.
So that's 12. Do you want one more?
I'm
as
2
well?
away from up to you.
Up to you. I got 2 more Cure Light wounds.
Save them, probably.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So Izuel pets the dog, and as she does, tears drop from her eyes, and the healing tears seal up the puppy's wounds.
Once healed, I guess I'll turn back into a human for the first time since being knocked down in the fight. And I'll kind of brush myself off a little bit and look back across the group and avert my gaze a little bit. And
Welcome back.
yeah, thanks as well. That fight went well, I see.
The ogres
Without
lay
me.
slain.
This spear you have there, something else.
It's
A gift from the goddess of death herself. Do you intend to return it to her?
it's not given freely.
You think she
It's
wants it back?
She'll come for it. I don't know how Bertha came upon it, but
Perhaps it was lent. But
surely with strings attached.
maybe we could hide it from Verasi so that she can't give it to any more of her minions.
And do what with it?
Well, if we're to be battling her, it just not being in the hand of her champion would be enough of a victory, would it not?
I think her first order of business will probably be Bertha. Rossi is a hot-blooded goddess. She will surely punish Bertha's failings.
Of course.
But then she will turn her eyes on this and on us.
Well, Bertha is lost without Verasi's guidance, but we have the guidance of the other gods. Perhaps Smalkus will keep us safe. Come on, let's keep walking. We must be out of this blasted forest soon enough.
Okay. You guys can continue your adventures alongside the mountains and alongside the forest. I think I forgot to roll for encounters yesterday, so let's do it today.
I mean, yesterday was ogre encounter and crocodiles.
Ah, well then. Lag encounter table. Love it. Oh, this nonsense again. Okay, whose turn is it? Faye?
Oh, God.
No, I already had something break, please.
Anna Sophie, roll me a D100.
Oh, I already had something break, okay? Goddamn. 42.
You're fine.
It is Pachyphalosauruses.
You.
More
Which
dinosaurs.
I know exactly what they are. I don't need to Google them right now.
Gosh, I should have memorized more animal friendship. Those might be small enough that I can...
Oh, these are the headbutters.
Oh.
If you guys remember your Land Before Time, Sarah runs into them and into a darkened cave, and then Littlefoot, Spike, and Ducky, and Petrie, of course, come to save her, dressed in like tar dripping around them with a stick for an arm, and they scare away the Pachycephalosauruses. Because everyone has seen Land Before Time and knows exactly what I'm talking about, at least in this group. Hope.
I have seen Land Before Time, yes.
I've seen it, but I don't know what you're talking about.
It's all right. It's been a long time, probably.
Yeah.
Ryan's about to watch Land Before Time on repeat for the next 5 years, though. So you see a small flock of these head-butting dinosaurs. They've got like sort of a bonish skull with no skin on it, and a little ridge of spikes around the big bony plate on the top of their head that they look like they use for smashing into you. The pack of them is, you see 5 of them, but there's sounds in the bushes that make it sound like there are more beyond that. Their eyes rest upon you as you make your way all the way down to the shore here at the edge of the mountains. They're sort of up the shore, to the north left a little bit, the direction of your front door, Greg. And
Are they drinking at the...
They're not drinking at the water's edge. A few of them have come out and have like come down to the shore to poke around, and you can hear the others in the background.
So I think we walk along the water.
Yeah, just ignore them, right?
Cautiously
Sure.
ignore them. They're herbivores, right?
They don't seem to be bothering you
I believe
right now.
so, yes.
Yeah. The one thing that you can really tell here is the smell of the salt sea air assaulting your nose. You have made it to the ocean. This much is for sure.
Huh.
Or a salty sea. Could be like Salt
I'm
Lake
gonna
City.
ask Kale to get out the spyglass. Never look.
Oh, yeah. Can we see across the ocean, or can we look up the coast and see any like fishing villages?
Yes.
What do you see, Professor?
Can scout about.
I'm currently scouting about.
Looking across the sea, out to the ocean, you spot nothing but the horizon, miles away. Looking along the coastline, it looks untouched by humanity. You are probably the first humans or human-ish people to grace these lands with your feet. Perhaps ogres may have ventured here, but you see no signs of habitation, no signs of felling of trees. It's just untouched, pristine coastline and dinosaurs.
What about the mountains? Is there any like pass that?
Yeah, checking around the other way. We should be able to see down the coast for a little while as well this way.
Yes, the mountains just fall into the ocean, leaving sheer cliffs. That, in theory, you could make enough checks to cross, but in practice, you'd probably die doing. The water just beats against the mountain's edge over and over. There seems to be no...
According to movement rate, you can move a mountain tile a day. Is there more to it than that, though?
Yes, there are checks required to move into the mountains and then to sustain movement through the mountains. And everyone in the group must pass them.
We've got no idea where the town is in relation to this, right? Like, we don't know whether it's south across the water or if we could keep going west.
Well, what does Malchus tell you?
Okay, well, I'll just ask him then, Neal.
Oh, sorry.
Ooh, this is Malchus. He says to go along the water's edge.
All right, so I'm praying and I stop and I say, okay, I've convened with Malchus. He says to go along the water's edge. He's in a very good mood today.
I've been in my drink. Woo! You should get over here, man. Jaxel's asking about you.
Well, I guess that's what we should do then.
Yeah, we should do that.
Great. Well, this was your
I'm still carrying these stupid feet. I still think that's Pante. All right.
Cool. You guys can move down the sea as you walk past the Pachyphalosauruses. They kind of bop around. Some of them come over and like sniff at you. Some of them make a few growling sounds, but mostly they're kind of peaceful, a little curious and inquisitive as to who you are and what you're doing here. But they let you go without any problems. You come to a river that empties itself into the sea, but at this point, you know, it's shallow enough that you can wade through the river at the ocean's edge without any problems and cross it. Come over here. That is 1, 2, 3 tiles of movement today, including a river crossing. So I think that's all you get. And Izuul, will you roll me a D100 on the next day's encounter table?
This doesn't look like where we're supposed to be going. I think we need to find a way across that ocean or over the mountains. D100.
Dare defy Malchus.
Biddy.
Let's.
Well, you've come to this point. Where would you like to go from here, party? Would you like to go down, across, over, up?
So we can walk to the edge and look, but I feel like this is wrong unless there's a way around. Or maybe we could
be so sure
that there's not a way
too far west. I mean,
well, we need to get over the mountain range behind us, I think. So either we need to get, if there's a way around this sea, that's fine. But if it's just like a sea, we might need to be crossing those mountains or going all the way the other way around.
But, okay, let me think. If I look at that little map that I have here, the Martha map, there are mountains north, and then there's like forest hills and grassland, and there's like a river going like this, right? And it's reasonable to think that this river might eventually connect to the sea in the south, yeah? So it would make sense that at some point we actually have to head like northwards. So I don't think we definitely don't have to cross south, but if anything, we would have to go north on that river. I think.
It's a bit I mean, it could be though that there's just more rivers to the south or more seas to the south.
Possible, yeah. Yeah, but like I don't think we would have to cross the ocean because that would be entirely like the wrong direction.
All right, if you say so. Lead on.
But wait, it also does look like it's directly south of a mountain range.
Yeah, exactly.
I was
But
thinking
sorry,
range, but
I know that this was just done, but with the spyglass, can we not see the edge of the land in any direction?
Not from where you are standing. No.
Because there's trees in the way, or?
Well, the horizon is only so high off of so far out, so you can see like 3 miles in any direction, but
It's not enough. Okay.
yeah.
Wait, Neal, is Arcadia round? Or
Yes,
is this world round? Okay, I wasn't sure what kind of cosmology you were
I
going
finally decided on a round world and went to ridiculous lengths to make my stupid seasons and cosmology work with a round world, and it was frustrating, but it's been done.
Okay.
I can tell you definitively now.
What if he's lying?
I was just gonna say, if it was flat, we'd have a very long horizon.
Correct, but it is the same size as our domestic Earth here.
Well, I say we keep heading west and following the edge of the water. But if you do want to turn back and cross the mountains, we can do that too.
But the mountains were right at the water's edge, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not too far. We'd have to get past those dinosaurs again, but we could.
But then there would be like, so it would be ocean mountains, forest hills mountains, yeah? If the place we
Yeah.
wanted to go would be north of that.
Yeah.
I vote for keep going west for now, I guess.
All right. You
Everyone
guys,
else? Wait. Everyone else? What do you guys think? Sean? Greg? Ryan?
Hey, baby, let's go.
Okay.
Let's go.
All right, we're carrying on. All right. Sorry, Sean, you've been outvoted.
follow the ocean.
Oh yeah, no, I think I got turned around somewhere. I don't remember where to go to get to where we're going.
I don't think we follow the ocean, do we?
No, we'll just go to here.
Just go to, yeah.
Wait, unless there's something cool there, Neal.
Whatever, you're not going there.
Did
There
we
was
see
something
anything
cool, it's
there?
gone. You didn't go there. It was a mistake on my behalf. I'm so sorry.
Oh my god.
You
Do we
move
go
another
north or do we
tile.
go west?
No, we go west. We definitely don't go north.
So we're going left.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
North left. Okay.
Whoop.
So
Oh, that's not good.
and then one more.
You started today 1, 2, 3.
I think.
No. So yeah, we should have had encounter in this last tile here. As you're crossing this inland section, moving away from the peninsula that was sticking out, you need to make me a surprise check. Everybody in the party, roll me a d10. Don't roll a 1, 2, or a 3.
Ah.
Almost good.
Damn it.
It's just the professor who's surprised.
Yep.
He's like trying to read a book while he walks.
Yes, it's the age-old. I'm going to study
I
my
think
spell book
Kale
while
is more
I'm
of the
traveling.
like the staring into space and pondering sort of theorist. He doesn't have a spell book, right? He doesn't read his notes. He always like goes into quiet contemplation. So I think he's probably just staring off into space, scratching at his chin.
Excellent. So everyone else,
Knuckling of the mustache.
you guys are walking through the forest along the ocean's edge. Kale mumbling to himself, or staring off into space or whatever, and everyone else starts to you hear this deep sound, like a large creature breathing, and your eyes are slowly drawn to the swishing back and forth of the very tip of a tail poking out from the forest's edge, right along the sandy coastline here. But it's a small tip of a tail connected to a large creature hidden within the forest. But its back is to you right now because you're seeing its tail swish at you.
What kind of tail are we talking about?
Some sort of dinosaur tail.
Is it bigger than the Allosaurus's?
You're just seeing the very, very edge of it right now. So the very tip of it doesn't seem to be bigger than the Allosaurus's, but it could be connected to a small thing or a big thing.
If the professor's surprised, does that mean he blunders forward and steps on the tail?
I think everyone kind of instinctively sees it and stops and's like, what is that going on? The professor is just kind of walking down the coast, and it takes everyone a moment to realize that the professor's gotten 30 feet away from you all. And I don't know if you want to shout to him while there's a potential monster
I don't think we should.
nearby.
Or maybe like a professor.
Huh?
Is it right next to us? Is it into
It's
the
about-
woods a little way?
Yeah, it's in the woods. The creature's definitely within the woods. Its tail's coming out through a bush somewhere.
Is it off to the side of us? So we're walking by it?
Yes.
Okay.
So I guess shield on, spear in hand. I
Yeah.
will
Wait, Iswell,
strafe
wait.
along the edge of the. Yeah,
Let me guide you. I will pull out my holy symbol and cast a look to Israel and say, charge it, plunge your spear into its back. And then I'll pull my holy symbol out and cast prayer on the party. Probably alerting the dinosaur, but hopefully Israel's already mid-charge, ready
Oh my god.
stab this thing in the
Why?
back.
Yeah,
He's gonna fail a save and kill it, no?
Well, the dinosaur does not notice you. It continues to fail its surprise check.
Oh, okay. So I cast prayer then.
but I think with like the spear of death in my hand and a
Damn right.
command from Abaddon, Angel of Death is unleashed upon this poor innocent dinosaur.
This is how Barney got canceled from the air.
All right, everyone watches on as Izuel charges the 40-50 feet to the dinosaur, who is still happily doing its thing. And give me an attack roll with 2 for charge, 2 for back attack.
I'll go
another
ahead
2 for
and
surprise.
unload a first level smite spell to get an additional +1/+1. So I guess we're just going to obliterate this poor creature.
It's going to be sick. So you're looking at a +11 here to your normal roll?
We'll find out. Let's see. I think.
Faye looks really worried. Oh no.
Plus bad.
I'd like to reiterate, remember when I said why? Okay, everybody
Wait. He misses so bad. The dinosaur probably still doesn't notice, right? It's the most oblivious dinosaur ever.
Find out what happens on the other side of the break as the T-Rex is alerted to your presence.